Yes. We're good.
We did it.
Okay. Oh, no.
Okay, it's kind of ugly, isn't it? I mean, mine's kind of just...
At least yours blends in. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Paige.
And this is Two Pearls in a Pod. Welcome back. We are here for another episode of our knitting podcast.
Yes, welcome. It's our little corner of the internet where we like to talk about all things knitting, yarn and happiness.
Yes, this is a standard podcast episode for us. It's like the depths of winter here at the moment, which is so nice.
It's so nice to get crazy again and to actually just knit and be crazy without feeling like you're getting sweaty palms.
Exactly, especially with all the mohair.
Mm-hmm.
We should start by saying that we are meeting on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and as always, we are incredibly grateful to be here on such beautiful country. But yeah, we've got lots to talk about.
We do. I mean, Sarah does. If I'm being completely honest, I have been really swamped with work, so we're going to have a lot more to share from Sarah, but regardless, I do have something to share, and I think we should start with what you're wearing.
Oh, okay.
Did I throw you under?
No. I thought we'd... Yeah, good.
Wait, thought we what?
I thought we'd do this first.
No, do yours.
Do yours first?
Actually, wait. Let's do this one maybe, because it's like not as exciting.
Let's start with
ways.
yours. I disagree. I think it is everything.
It's just that it's not new and I didn't knit it. This is my Norwegian ski sweater, or Olympic ski sweater. And this I bought when I was on my trip overseas last year in Norway with my partner. I bought it in Norway. It's by Dale. And it's the Trondheim 2025 version, and I'm obsessed with it. And it's finally really appropriate weather to wear it in Australia, which is really nice. And it gets me lots of compliments, and it feels super cozy. And every time I wear it, I can't help but think how much I want to knit one myself in knit my own one with lots of colors in it as well. But I'll give you a good look at it because it's amazing, and the contrast and the colors, I'm just obsessed with it. And it fits perfectly. This is a size small. If anyone's wondering or wanting to purchase online, I don't know if you can purchase it online in Australia, but if you see it on Etsy or whatever, the size small is like the perfect amount of oversize. I normally wear like a second size in
perfect.
Online patterns if that helps people out.
My favourite thing about this is the colours on the shoulder, which are probably not being...
You love a shoulder.
Yes, we all love a shoulder. I don't know. The sun is... There you go. Thank you. Thank you, sunshine. Thank you, Melbourne. It's just like the perfect amount of like a little colour pop, and it's incredibly like, it just is perfect. And I loved everything about this. I'm so like, I can't concentrate. I want to make this.
Oh, it's really
so
cool.
Much.
It's quite like bold, but the colours are so wearable. I was really tempted to get the colourful version, but this is going to sound weird. The shade of purple, in the colourful version just wasn't quite right for me. So I decided I was going to get a really wearable set of colours. Not that I don't wear colours, I do. But pick my own palette, for which I already have yarn to make one eventually.
This is why we make our own things, so
yes.
that we can make things exactly the way we like, with like sleeves the right length, or like, this is why we do the things that we do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Handmade things.
Exactly. Love it.
Now, do we finally get to hear about it?
Guys, this is my port cardigan, which I just finished.
Don't mind me.
It's a pattern that I've test knit for Azetta. Pattern has just been released, or like in the last week or so. And this is part of her port series, because she's got a jacket as well, and maybe a pullover. But this is just a really sort of classic round neck cardigan. The kind of key detail is on the shoulder, or at the armhole, because it's like a full drop shoulder, but it's got these little like ribbing. Sorry.
No, I'm not offended. Go for it.
But it's just got these 3 little ridges at the armhole, which just like feels like a really nice, dainty little...
Yeah, it's a little extra touch.
It's knit using a strand of fingering and a strand of mohair. And I used... For my main one, drops Alpaca in like, they're both whites, like kind of warmer whites, but whites, 1101. And then for the mohair, I used Tynn silk mohair in like 1012. And yeah, I wanted to try this material combination where you've got the drape from the alpaca plus the wool from the silk mohair to like kind of find that Goldilocks zone of like drapey, but also like
And
not so drapey.
Enough structure.
Well, I think with a round neck, you need a bit of structure.
Yeah, you
like
do.
because it needs to be able to hold itself up here.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish that, I don't know if it's the way I've knit it, I wish it would sit more. It ends up pulling out a little bit. But I really like it kind of buttoned up with this. I feel really classy.
You look really it's giving Suzanne.
That is. That's what I was going for.
I could tell.
I felt like I was like, yeah. It's a fluffy white cardigan. Of course it's Suzanne.
Yeah.
I went for wooden buttons.
It finishes it off nicely.
Just because I thought anything too like pretty and the whole thing is going to be too pretty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Like I needed
like a PowerShell button.
Look, I think that would be beautiful, but I think I just needed something
Mother
to
of pearl.
That would be stunning.
Or just pearl giving grandma.
And look, one day if I decide I want to be real bougie, I can change
it up.
But I think I just wanted to like just tone it down a bit in terms of the fancy level, and I thought like some rustic wooden buttons would kind of do the job.
Perfect.
There.
Yeah.
Made it quite cropped. And yeah.
Oh, that twisted rib.
Oh, okay. So I was speaking about this last time, that I ended up realising that I should do twisted rib for this component of the armhole, because on the back.
But it actually has stretched out on the back more to make it fit. Like it's still obvious on the back now.
Yeah.
I think beforehand it wasn't.
It was really not obvious before, and probably with blocking it's done a lot. But I was like, oh, maybe I should keep it consistent and do twisted rib everywhere. And I was like, yep, sure. Did it on the cuffs. And then I realised I was going to have to do all of this in twisted rib.
Yeah, no, you
And
won't.
I was worried that it wouldn't look good. Like maybe it would cinch in too much with the button band.
Yeah.
So I went back to like
choice.
non-twisted rib. And so now I'm like, oh, should I redo the cuffs to match? But then I realised in my like, so this is from Stash. This is like part of my like my efforts to try and get rid of stuff from
Proud
Stash.
of you.
And I'm thrilled.
Sarah gifted me
perfect.
some yarn this morning and was just like, this is part of
Please.
This is part of the Stash Bust project
Yes,
of 2025. And I was a very happy recipient, even though it doesn't help with me with my project of stash busting, but I was very happy.
Where was I going with that?
Yeah, sorry, stash busting.
Okay, so I was stash busting, and basically as soon as I cast this off, I put the leftover balls on Facebook, and they both got snapped up really quickly.
Yeah.
Like I listed them separately to sell the mohair, because I had like 2 or 3 left of each. And I sold them both like within the day of me finishing.
Yeah.
And then I sent them off and I was like, oh
no.
I guess I can't redo those cuffs. And I mean, I'm sure it'd be fine, but it might be tough ripping out the with the mohair. So I'm just going to not do it.
To be honest, I think it looks great.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't be bothered.
no. But yeah, this is my port cardigan.
I love it.
Which is available now. I was not aware that Azetta is such a tight knitter, maybe, because the needles recommended was like a 4.5.
Just like me.
The needle
I always
recommended
love it
was-
when I find other fellow tight knitters.
Yeah. But it was recommended for 4.5. I had to go down to a 3.75. And I mean, I'm loose, but I generally assume that a fingering and a mohair, like the average kind of starting point is a 4, and then you kind of adjust accordingly. Yeah. But the pattern says 4.5, but kind of is irrelevant, because you should just use whatever gets you the gauge. And for me, that was 3.75. And I think I even went down to a 3 for the bands.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I'm probably about a 4 to a 4.5 with that combination. And I'm twit.
Yeah. Can I keep talking about this? I've got one other thing I was going to say. The bottom band is like not very nice. Like it's quite uneven, and I had a real like existential crisis about my ribbing tension with this whole project, but specifically like this and then the bottom band.
It's really shaking you.
I went down this real rabbit hole.
What's going on?
I'll show it. It's a bit awkward to show. I don't guys can see. It's not my best work, basically.
Like this.
It's not my best work. Like,
what's your issue with it? Are you one of those people that your one side is more?
No, it's dreadful on both sides.
Okay, you know what I do think? I don't want to brag, but my ribbing's pretty neat. But I
Yours
think
is incredibly.
but I think it's because I'm a tight knitter.
Yes.
I think if you're a tight knitter, your ribbing comes out neater. And I
Yes.
think it's something to do with, I've seen videos about this online. It's like you use up more yarn to do a pearl stitch compared to a knit stitch or something. And I think if you're alternating and then, like, I think if you're alternating it then makes it a little bit funky.
Yeah,
but like,
because
I don't
like
want
on
to show
2x2
this,
rib, I don't
want to show this project on, but like.
Yeah, exactly. So I suspected the same, and so, but I didn't want to go down too much of a needle size because then it would pinch in and I wanted this to be boxy. And what I wish I had done, and I have now decided I will do in future, maybe not for test knits, but I watched Michaela from...
Is it the Norwegian purling?
No,
oh, damn.
I don't know what that is, but maybe I should try that too as part of my like journey to be a better purler. But she does this thing where she made an April cardigan recently, and she wanted to go down heaps of needle sizes. So what she did, but to make sure that it didn't cinch in, she like increased a heap of stitches right before the ribbing, and so she did her ribbing on more stitches. Yeah, and I think that would fix this, because then I could go down to a 3mm needle, which is what I did here, and this is much neater. Yeah, but I had to add stitches to the body to accommodate for the cinch in. You
know what? That is the definition of knitting in stem.
Oh,
don't you reckon?
Yeah,
I love it.
Yes. So because she is I don't know what type of research she does, but she's in science research. Yeah. And she was like, she calculated the rate of increases that she needed to do. She's like, I did one in 6.5 or something. Like,
I love it.
She's got the right maths brain. But I think that's the key for me in future is going out and then going down significantly to get the tension that I need. So I think that's my plan for future. Thank you, Michaela. But this is it. I love it. I feel really dainty and classy.
You do. You look very dainty and classy and angelic and Suzanne-esque.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
The other thing is with Norwegian purling. Sorry, Norwegian. I think it's Norwegian rib. It's
purling. I've heard people talk about Norwegian purling.
It's basically like you do your. Anyway, I'll show you. I'll send you an Instagram.
I reckon I saw something once which was like Portuguese purling, and you need like a pin on your top, and you like it goes by your top or something.
That's a different one.
That seems very extreme.
That's a lot for me.
But maybe I might
does
be
something for
there.
the tension.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll send you a reel. But I can't remember if that's only works if you're doing it flat versus in the round. But I'll have a look and I'll send it to you.
No, you're right. Cool. What's next?
I have a finished object.
Does she have a finished object? Oh my God.
I have my checkered sweater vest or checkered vest by Andrea Garn. It's a test knit.
Oh my God, it looks so good.
This is what it looks like. It looks so cute. I am obsessed with it. I love it. I'm so happy with the colours that I chose and the pattern. This is my first time doing intarsia like properly. I kind of half did Classic Me. It's in Whip Rehab. I kind of half did an intarsia thing. But this one, like each time you swap to a different block is intarsia. Yeah, I don't know. Where do I start? The pattern, maybe? The pattern, yeah. Super easy to follow.
Yes.
Super easy to follow. Would recommend this pattern if you've never done intarsia before. There are links within the pattern as well that show you how to do like the bobbins and stuff if you've never done intarsia before. And because it is knit flat and then you seam together, which is my pet peeve. But it actually wasn't too bad. It was quite therapeutic to do because the lines are straight on either side. They seam together really easily.
Nicely, yeah.
And you know also how like often when picking up stitches on the edges and stuff, it'll be like pick up 2 for every 3 stitches on the slants and then pick up every stitch for the bind offs and stuff. I did all those things, and every time I do all those things, I never get the right number of stitches. I'm not kidding. I got the right number of stitches each time without even checking. Like I did 100 stitches or whatever it was at the armhole, and I got exactly 100 on one. And on the other one, I got 100 and then one I got 99. It was chef's kiss. I loved it.
What I'm hearing is you have standard row gauge, which I can only aspire to.
It was perfect. I knit the second size, and the only thing that I would say, which I was whinging to Sarah about, is when I finished knitting it, and I did all the collar and the cuffs and stuff. It looked like a little boy sweater that he would wear to school in funny colours. Particularly the neck hole was really small looking, but using Sarah's good old steam iron, it did a really good job in blocking it. And that's just because I finished it yesterday, so I didn't have enough time to do a proper block and to have it dry in time for today. But yeah, I'm very happy with how it looks. It's a little
changed
bit
a lot,
cropped.
even like
it's changed heaps.
Yeah.
Like it's way more drapey.
When you put it on, even just like, oh my God, it looked great.
I love it. I'll wear it for the next video. It was just actually a bit too cold today to wear it, to be honest. And I'm wearing like a Uniqlo thermal too, so it's really cold.
Uniqlo?
Sorry,
I digress.
The one underneath is the Uniqlo thermal.
I want one of those. Yeah.
The other thing about, so the neckband, I picked up actually more stitches than the pattern recommended. The thing is though, just keep in mind this is a test knit, so the numbers might actually change. But I picked up a few extra just because that's what I got when I went around, and it still ended up a bit small. I'd say it's still on the smaller side, but it looks like the fit in the picture. So I actually think it's correct for the pattern. I think it's just my preference. I'm actually thinking I might undo the cuffs and the collar. Let me know what you think. I know, but hear me out. It's not because of the gauge. I was thinking, do you think it would look better if it was in light pink and then with like just a thin red stripe in the middle of the light pink?
Oh, I know. I see what you mean.
Do you know,
like a cricket vest or something?
Yeah. Don't you reckon that would be cuter?
I think all pink, I would have been like, no.
No, but with a little
pink
red.
With a bit of red. I'm just loath because you have done it.
Yeah, but it wasn't it. Actually, I normally hate picking up stitches, but it was almost a joy to pick up the stitches on this. Like it actually didn't suck.
Okay.
So I don't mind. I'd do it.
I do really like how it looks. I think it looks great now. I think it might be too much.
Do you reckon?
With the checkers.
And you know what's bad?
If it was plain, I'd say yes. You're asking the most like the least risk takey clothes wearer ever.
I would be interested to know what the viewers think. Interestingly, I actually paid for, I know that there are a lot of ethical conversations to have about ChatGPT, and this is not the place for them, but I actually used ChatGPT to try and like help me with the colours and to superimpose different colours on a schematic to decide whether I should do pink and red or whatever. I even paid for the expensive version. It sucks. It can't figure it out.
Can't
and like, no, it just can't. It would just put like one big red block on top of the schematic. It just couldn't understand it. I would wish I could just see what it would look like.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I should. Anyway, these are the considerations. I might do that.
I've got to say, pink back looks great.
Yeah, sorry. Can we address that for a second? Viewership. Thank you so much for your votes. I was really, you guys probably also sensed I wanted to do it, but I was just really dreading purchasing more yarn, but I'm glad I did it. Look how much better it looks.
It looks so good. It was absolutely the right choice.
I think if I had it in red, it's just too much red.
It would be a lot.
Even this, like, even if it wasn't check, just as a vest, like it would be a good pattern, like for that too.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Just with the coloured trims. Yeah. Anyway, I love it.
The people were correct.
The people were correct. You were correct. Never doubted you guys. Yeah. In terms of the colours that I used.
Oh yeah, talk about yarn.
Oh yeah, so yarn, I used Double Sunday held together with Tynn Silk Mohair.
It's quite chunky.
It is. The pattern calls for actually no mohair. It calls for Gilliatt by...
Which is, which is like worst.
Natura. Did I say that right? Probably not.
You're asking the wrong person.
That's a 10 ply, like a dry, chunky, like a lofty 10 ply, but it's quite dry. It doesn't have any halo to it. I really wanted halo because I'm in my halo era and I love fluff, particularly like with the different colors to help like make them look more sharp but blended, if that makes sense. I tried to find the perfect pink and the perfect red for so long. I tried really hard to not have to hold two things to end up with 4 balls of yarn when I was knitting this, but I couldn't. But the end result was worth it.
Oh, it's so worth it. It's spectacular. I'm so happy when this came up. Oh.
It's drapey, but it's got structure, it's soft.
It is drapey, but it's like, it's fairly dense still.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it should be thinner and lighter than it is.
Yeah.
You've nailed it.
Yeah, it's perfect. I would recommend that yarn combination for it. And it's still really nice and
Double
soft. Double Sunday and Tynn Silk Mohair. The colours that I used, I'll pop them down in the description because they're all numbers. I've got the colours for the pink, at least.
Cool.
The colours for the pink are pink lilac, which is the Tynn Silk
Silk.
Mohair pink, and then shocking pink.
Shocking.
Which is the double Sunday. That's a combination. And then the red, I'm pretty sure, but it'll definitely be in the description below. I'm pretty sure it's poppy.
Yeah.
It's actually the exact same color I realized that I bought to make my cardigan by Sandnes Garn. So I have a lot.
You've got a lot of that.
Especially now that I've
that you
decided
didn't
to do
the
back in pink.
rather
I've
than
just
red.
got so much in stash.
Great.
Good thing it's a color I like. But yeah, anyway, that's that.
The Tynn Silk Mohair is so fluffy.
It is fluffy.
Like, it's not super soft. Like, it's definitely like the least itchy. Oh, sorry, it's like probably the most itchy of the mohairs that I've used.
How funny is that?
Classic.
Can you tell that I couldn't be bothered after I got halfway? There are a lot of ends. I'm still going.
You just got to pace yourself sometimes.
I'm still going.
Yeah.
There are a lot. That's the one thing that you just have to brace yourself for.
Live for. Yeah,
But also,
that's the price you pay for such an incredible jumper.
how neat is my Intasha?
It's just stunning. You could, I really rate that.
I'm really proud of
wear
it. Can you
wear
tell?
that. I think you should, as you should be.
Anyway, so that's that. That's my finished object.
Love it.
Because it's a test knit, I've been monogamously knitting, and so that's my only finished object.
Great. Oh my God, it's just perfect. I'm so excited for that. That'll be so good once it warms up a bit.
Oh yeah. I mean, keep the core warm.
Always. I have one other finished object.
Yes, show me, because I peeked at it before.
You were like, what's this? I'm like, wait, wait.
It's just so beautiful.
I have made a pair of I'm So Basic socks by Summer Lee. This is this yarn's second life, because this yarn, I initially made a different pair of socks which did not work out, but this yarn was just too beautiful, and so I frogged it and just made a pair of plain socks, because the initial pattern I was doing, I was enjoying the base of the foot the most, and that was the bit that was just plain stockinette. So I was like, I think I should just do a pair of plain stockinette socks.
No hate, I love a vanilla sock.
Oh my gosh. And it's just like, I was working on these while I was traveling, and I was at a conference, and so it was just so good to have something small to be able to work on. And I was like, ugh. Anyway, this is them.
The colour's
Sorry.
divine.
This is going to be a bit tricky to show. Know that it is incredible. This is the sock base from a sort of semi local to us hand dyer. The yarn is called Maximoo Yarns. He does some really spectacular colours. I have subconsciously been calling these my South Island socks, because I don't know if anyone who is from or has been to the South Island of New Zealand, this is the colour of the water, and it's that really, really bright sort of turquoisey blue of the rivers and things. So
so nice.
These are my South Island socks, because this is the colour of the South Island.
I love them.
I really love the South Island. I did a I've partridge heel because I thought it might show up.
I was going to say, tell me about the heel, but I can't.
Really...
I was like, is it I immediately thought it was I've partridge, and then I was like, actually, is it?
It is. It just didn't show up. I thought that with some variegated yarns, I've partridge looks cool. It just didn't work for this one. So it was kind of not worth the effort. But it's still fun.
No,
it's still pretty.
it still looks good.
But yeah.
It's so neat.
I'm actually really surprised with myself at how neat these are.
Why do you say that? You're a neat knitter.
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like you've gone through a crisis.
I'm doubting myself in all aspects. Well, this was a bit uneven. This is the tip. It's not great.
You know what else it is? White or cream yarns.
It's
really,
so unforgiving.
Yeah. Whereas any other color, I was knitting with some light Snefnook, and I undid it so many times because I thought that it was messy, but I think it's just it being cream.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this is just the latest pair of vanilla socks to enter the circulation, and I'm happy to finally have used this yarn after a false start. I still want to go back to those socks. I just need to. I'm ready, or I will be soon. I just need to choose the right yarn for them. I
thought it looked great with this yarn.
Yeah, it did. I think I want something that's a bit less speckled and a little bit more variable.
Yeah, sure.
Variegated.
Sure.
Anyway, stay tuned. But yes, this is my other finished object.
I love them. I was joking to Sarah before. I know I've said this before, but I'm back in my sock era.
Yes.
I haven't been knitting a lot of socks, but I'm starting. Like I recast on for the millionth time a pair last night that I've frogged and recast on a million times. Reason being because at work, I'm working in ED at the moment, and my little uniform of choice is a pair of cute scrubs. I work in pediatrics. I get to wear really fun, colourful scrubs. My Boston Birkenstocks, cover those toes, and comfort, nice wipe down, and a good pair of knitted socks.
Oh, yes, nice.
And I feel like I'm in pajamas at home, like and it's because it's really cold at the moment. It just makes me feel so cozy and warm.
A bit of like luxury when you're at work.
They also had crazy socks for docs on Friday.
Oh my gosh, I missed that. Oh, bad doctor.
That's surely that's your moment to shine.
I know.
It's all right. It's always crazy socks for docs for Sarah anyway. It's basically about, it's a sort of it's about spreading awareness for mental health of doctors and doctor wellness. But yeah, I wore my knitted Winter's Frost socks, which are like the grey ones that have the little laid edges, which are really pretty. But they're absolutely destroyed from the washing machine. That yak has just, I need to show you it. It looks,
that's sad.
It looks really bad.
I do love the yak.
That's fine. I'm knitting another pair of them. I'll just tell you, that's my whip.
Yeah, let's see.
But no, I've made no progress because I just told you I undid it. You're going to laugh. I literally just have the cast on. But I'm knitting it out of this beautiful yarn, which is the very special yarn that I bought when I was in Dublin from... I don't remember the store. I've mentioned it in a previous video, but it was one that Michaela from Knitting and Stem, Stitches and Stem. Sorry, I keep saying that. Stitches and Stem recommended. And it's the Townhouse Yarns yarn, which is local and local there, and hand dyed there and everything, and has superwash merino, 10% cashmere and 10% nylon, and it's obviously extremely bougie.
Beautiful. This is PAIGE in a yarn.
It's so gorgeous. It's in the colour Moonbeam. And they had a vanilla sock there in this yarn, and it was stunning and drapey, and gorgeous. Anyway, I actually started knitting. I got about halfway down knitting a pair of socks that had a little eyelet just kind of interspersed, but actually it just ended up looking kind of messy because
you couldn't enjoy the colours.
Yeah, the colours and the textures. It just ended up looking too much.
Yeah.
And then I tried again doing a different pattern, also didn't like it. And then I tried again using the laid edges, the Winter's Frost pattern again, which is a free pattern, which I really like. It's just a vanilla sock that has just a nice braid going down the side. But I think I might just go ahead and stop trying to fight it. I think I might just do a vanilla sock.
The best way to celebrate such a beautiful yarn
is a vanilla sock. I hate to say it, but I think you're right. Good thing I've only cast it on.
I don't know how you knit with those. Oh my God.
No, I've been playing around.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to find how I found my ideal sock? I'm trying to find my ideal sock needle.
Yes.
I've got too many. I've spent too much money on these needles, different needle combinations. This is a pair of Xiaogu, the mini needles, but I've got one short one and one long one. And it's kind of there's a pair of sock needles that you can buy from Addy where it's in this combination. So it's supposed to feel...
one's short, one's long.
Yeah. And it's supposed to feel really comfortable because you've got the feeling of having a long needle in one hand.
But you can still do small circumference.
Yeah. And then I've got my longer version here.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you find this. When I use the longer version, it really stretches out where I'm trying to join for the first bit. So that's why I'm on this to begin with. But I'm going to play around and see. Yeah, I'm faster with a smaller needle, but my hands prefer a longer. So I'm still trying to
I used to cast on and get established with DPNs.
Yeah, right.
Which was a nightmare to be I'm casting on this way and I'm getting into but it just meant that I could keep, especially at the start, the join a bit tighter.
Yeah.
Now I don't care, apparently, because I haven't done that in a while.
The other thing is even the size of the needle I use, I'm a bit confused by, because I feel remember I was really dense and really tight now.
Oh yeah.
And that was on 2.25 millimeter needles, and so I've gone back to a 2.5 to try that out because I did 2.25 in this, and I think the yarn just gets really squished.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
And it looked low key a machine knitted situation. So anyway, trying that again. That's my current only whip I have really to talk about. The rest are ones that you guys have seen in the last video and have had no progress.
Okay. Did I tell you about how I got told off on the plane for knitting socks?
What?
Did I tell you this?
No.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. This is a real aside. On my way home from South America, I was working on finishing these. And I was just like, it was the middle of the night, all the lights were down. Everyone was asleep, but I was trying to be clever and start shifting my sleep cycle.
Yeah.
And so I was staying awake and I had my spotlight on. And so it was like a spotlight on me and the whole plane was black.
Yeah.
It was all dark.
Yeah.
And one of the staff came up to me and said, "Oh, you can't knit on the plane." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Oh, it's a safety concern." And I was like,
I'm sorry.
Surely safety and security would have made an assessment, and I knit on planes all the time. She's like, "No, you're allowed to bring them on, you're just not allowed to use them." And I was like, "I don't think that makes sense." And then she was really adamant. She's like, "No, because they could be used as a weapon." And I was like, I don't know why you're willing to die on this hill, but I was like, I'm not gonna put them away. Because
I don't want to be rude, but sorry, you're wrong, actually.
It was just this really weird interaction.
I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but I'm 100% sure that's incorrect.
I was like, I've been doing this for a long time. She's like, maybe other people just haven't noticed you knitting before. I'm like, no, it's a thing. Anyway, I was like, fine, whatever, sure. And then she walked away and then I just started knitting again. So, I don't know. It was really strange.
That is so strange.
That she kind of took a real sort of vendetta. But then, I don't know. I just kept knitting and I finished my socks because it was a 13-hour plane ride and I wasn't going to.
I would have been devastated
but
to not be able to.
It was a strange thing that no one else has enforced before or since. But anyway.
No. I've had people, I've been stopped in security before to check out my needles and then they've been oh, it's knitting needles, no worries, and put them away. And Gal took a lot of flights last year.
Yeah, I know.
And I only got stopped with my hand luggage once, and as soon as they saw the knitting stuff, they were like, "Oh no, it's fine."
See, I've never even been stopped. I've never even checked, and it was one staff
time.
member on a plane who kind of was taking the law into her own hands or something. Don't know. Anyway, life goes on.
Well, I'm glad that they're done, that you didn't let it stop you, even though, I don't know, I don't want to enforce going against authority because, there are times where it's valid to follow the rules.
It's just chaotic good
But in this
energy.
particular circumstance, I'm really glad that you broke them.
Chaotic selfish, anyway. All right, I've got...
Also, what are they going to do? Sorry to interrupt. What are they going to do if you start knitting and you get caught again? Sorry, you're off this flight. We'll just have to land the plane.
In the middle of the South Pacific.
Bye.
I have some whips.
Let's see them.
Look, after that significant digression, which one first? Let's do this one first. This one's a new whip.
Oh!
It's also an almost finished whip because I blinked and it happened.
Oh, that is so cool. Love that. Do tell.
So this is another test because did I tell you I signed up for 2 tests and got accepted to both of them?
No, that's stressful.
On the same day. I assumed I would get neither this and this, and I got both. So this had a shorter deadline.
Fun though.
Sorry. So this is the Gress tea for Rebecca of the Crayabea. Happily, she has these incredibly, she has 3-month test windows or something.
Oh, perfect.
Which takes the pressure off a lot. So I was freaking out, but not too much because she's got a long test window and this is a summer project, which I figured would knit up fairly quickly, and I was correct. So the pattern is coming out, I presume, towards the end of summer. Sorry, end of Northern Hemisphere summer.
Yeah.
It's got a t-shirt and then I've just opted to do a tank version using some also stash yarn. But yeah.
The glee on your face.
I'm so excited to talk about this stash yarn. But it's basically, I know she said she designed it because she wanted it to look like crochet without it actually being crochet.
It does, yeah.
And I have had something like a pattern kind of in my queue or in the back of my mind for a really long time, which is a crochet summer top.
Yeah.
That's essentially this. But I never got round to it because other things happened, and also I was a bit intimidated by the crochet, which I'm not very good at. So when this was put out there, I was like, yes, that's all that I need in terms of it looks like crochet, but it's not actually crochet.
Yeah.
To make sort of a cotton tank top.
Love it.
I've tried it on so far, and just with a skin tone bra, or it looks fine.
Yeah, great.
So yeah, you'd think it's a bit too racy, but actually it's kind of fine. Also in summer, it's like whatever. I think everyone's a bit more like blasé.
Yeah. Also, like, honestly, the skin tone bralette situation really does a good job in making things like not racy. I'm surprised every time.
Yes, yeah.
Like, yeah.
So yeah, for this, I am using some yarn, which I reckon I've had in stash for like over 10 years, maybe 12.
No wonder you're so excited.
I'm so like, oh, finally. So it's called GGH Scarlett. I think it's meant to be a G. That's the label. Might look old because I bought it when I worked, like my first job in the knitting shop that I worked at when I was like 18.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
What a cute little souvenir yarn.
Oh my gosh. So this is deep stash. This does not exist anymore. This is so, there's obviously there are other mercerized cottons out there, but yeah. It is, it's 100% mercerized cotton in this sort of really bright blue colour.
It's nice blue.
It's going to be great. I'm excited. It's knitting up super, super quickly. And it's just the right amount of like, you get some like easy garter ridge
bits.
And then like some bits you have to concentrate more to get all the eyelets right.
Yeah.
But it's just come together really quickly.
I'm into it.
I had to do the neck 3 times.
Why?
Well, the first time was too tight because I did this like really beautiful sewn bind off, and then I couldn't get over my head, so I've just done like a cast off in pattern.
Yeah, sure.
And actually, I think it looks really good.
Yeah, it looks great.
So yeah,
I'm into it. I love it.
It'll be a while
done
till
soon.
I can like get much use out of it.
Or like a cute layer.
Yeah, but this is kind of what I've been working on, and it's flown.
I also really like that you're embracing the bright.
This is as close as you'll ever see me.
It really suits you with like your hair colour, like holding it up against you.
Yeah, I think this is an acceptable warm spring colour.
Is that in your palette?
It is in my palette.
You know what's not in my palette? This.
But who cares?
My palette's crying.
Yeah, that's that.
Love.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't. I'm just here for show and tell now.
Excellent. Well, I'll just keep talking then.
Yay.
I have one more thing, which is...
Oh my God, I wasn't ready for this. I just peeked in the back.
So this is like from the archives, and like it's been on the back burner for a long, long time, but I'm going on holiday again. What? Do I even work? Who can say? But I decided I wanted to take this top with me on my upcoming holiday.
It looks so good.
And so I've just kind of all of a sudden been like, oh my God, I need to get this finished in the next like 2 weeks before I go away. So it's come out of like hibernation.
This is really dramatic, but I could get teary. Like, because I think I just know how badly you've wanted to make this.
It's been, yeah.
And it's exactly your vision as well. Sorry, keep talking.
So I am a big fan of the brand Suzanne, but it's kind of pricey and a bit hard to access here. Like it's a big commitment. Like you kind of need to spend a lot, which isn't hard anyway.
And also the price, like it's pricey in France and in the like Northern Hemisphere, but they jack up the prices even more if you're ordering from Australia plus the hectic shipping. So it's actually a lot pricier here.
So why buy something when you can make it? But they've got this top. It's called the Leontine, and it's basically just like a Henley, striped Henley. And now we've kind of I've overcalled it. But anyway, I'm just making my own version of the Suzanne Leontine using the Cumulus O-neck pattern by Petite Knit. But I've long-term watchers might remember. But yeah, it's basically the O-neck, but I put a deep Henley in the front.
I love it.
So it took, rather than, because you cast on in the round straight away with that, and then it's basically just like a raglan. But I've just worked backwards and forwards up until a point sort of mid-chest and then joined in the round. And I just have been working on it. It's on a 3mm needle, so it's taken a long time. But
you have done so much. That's the bottom.
So I finished the body, and I'd sort of put it on the back burner because I'm like, oh, I won't get it done till like there's no point working on it because I won't be able to wear it for ages. But now I'm going on a holiday where I will be able to wear it.
It looks so good.
Oh, thank you, son. It was timed well. So this is can I do this? I haven't put the buttons on yet, but I've got them. That's the Henley at the front, which runs quite deep. And I've done it quite oversized. Like I kept going with my increases
I just want to show
quite a bit.
how like beautifully neat that is. This is, I just like remember seeing all your swatches with like the navy and the different needle sizes, and it just looks so good.
So I initially tried.
Those are the swatches.
I kept them. But so, all right, I'm using Knitting for Olive cotton merino, which I love, 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 love. One strand by itself is like the most beautiful fabric. I'm very into this.
Yeah, it is.
I
can confirm.
I tried 2 strands together to get a DK weight, and was going to use like a different raglan pattern, but I decided I would put the time and the effort in and do single strand on a 3mm needle.
It's so beautiful.
And I'm really pleased that I did, and I'm really pleased with how it's turning out, and I'm just playing the long game with it, but now I'm in more of a rush for it.
Looks so good.
But this is my Cumulus Leontine dupe.
I love it.
It's going to be lovely. I think I got a bit nervous with the sleeves because I didn't know the shaping on the sleeves, because they were started quite big, but I hate a big sleeve. So when you have to make decisions and you just stall?
Yeah.
That held me up for quite a while.
Yeah, actually I said no. I usually just make the decision, and if it's the wrong one, just rip it back like 40 times.
No, I'm just like, I'll just ignore that and just like make that decision another day. So that made me hesitate a little bit. But I haven't even blocked this, and it feels really nice. Like this yarn is...
Yeah, it does.
I'm really into this yarn combo. Like the Knitting for Olive silk, I'm like, didn't love, but this is everything. I would like to make many garments with this yarn combo, like with the cotton merino. It's really nice.
It's beautiful.
So yeah, we'll see if I get it done in time. It might be another one where I finish it on the plane. We'll see.
Nothing wrong with that.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Did you do a sewn bind off?
Yeah, it was. There are like there's over 350 stitches in a round on the body.
This makes me sick. That makes me sick. Like the thought of sewn bind off for that. But I'm very impressed.
On the twisted rib as well.
Yeah. Yep.
But I think
it's incredibly niche.
I've gone down to 2.25 or 2.5 mil needle for the ribbing.
Are you addicted to the Italian, like the double knit at the end?
Yes, I didn't. This was pre that.
I was going to say, because I don't think you've done it here, but are you addicted to it?
Yes, I am. I've done it here,
addicted.
and it's so good.
I'm addicted.
I'm a changed woman. What was I going to say?
Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's been really pleasurable to just like have something that I'm like, it's almost like it's never going to get finished.
Yeah.
Like there's no point rushing through it because it's never going to be done.
Yeah.
So just do it and just keep working.
Yeah, just like relax. And
just relax. Like don't be in a rush, because you'll never, that's like you're setting yourself up for failure. So yeah, it's been like here and there. I've just like worked it a little bit from time to time. Now I need to change my mentality a bit. That's fine. So yeah.
Very well done.
So we'll see if I can get this done before I leave. But anyway, that's
Good job.
Probably I've been focusing on, except for my test knits, which are both now done, and I shan't be signing up for any more. You heard it,
here first.
Hold me to this. I don't want to sign up for any more test knits.
I'm kind of the same in that I want to refocus on my like goals, like my goal projects that I wanted to finish my Make 9.
Oh yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Well, like I feel like I was doing really well, but yeah, I want to refocus on my Make 9. So yeah, whip rehab and Make 9. No more test knits. It's great to get a finished object though, because I feel like you don't have this issue. I have the issue of not getting to the finished object, but when it has to be done.
But yeah, to be honest, like it does make you stop faffing around though.
Yeah, it does.
Which I need sometimes as well.
Should we get to the final order of business? Do you have more?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, it's fine if you do. Like, hit me up.
Cool. I think that's all from me.
That's all from me too, but it's not all from us.
Oh no, it's not. It's not. How
do we say this? All right. So guys, Sarah and I were talking before filming this video about the fact that we really want to do a 10K subscriber giveaway. And we are quite close.
But we're not quite there.
We're not quite there, but we are quite close. And it's coming up to Bendigo Wool and Sheep Show. And we wanted to do a giveaway with you guys, and also include in that giveaway some Australian yarns as well. And so this is us really awkwardly asking, if you like watching our content and you want to hear more from us, and you also are interested in the giveaway, please consider clicking the subscribe button and subscribing to us. We would be so, so grateful. We don't often ask, and I feel like it's a bit icky to ask,
Yeah.
but that's why we're being weird. But yeah, we would really like to share that with you guys, and, you know, also just share our appreciation for all your support as well. Another tidbit is Bendigo Woolen Mills has also released some really cool new yarn, which is like a mohair yarn. This is not in collaboration with them or anything.
We're just fangirls.
So excited, and I really want to try it out. And we thought that it would be really cool to try and include some of that too in part of our little package as well. And yeah, so
thank you everyone again for supporting us, for like putting up with us as we like melt with like awkwardness. But yeah, no, incredibly grateful, and thanks to everyone who makes suggestions, leaves comments, gives us guidance. It's always really appreciated. So thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon.
See you soon. Bye.